Hi YouTube. Today I'm going to talk to you about the Toyota RAV4 and why I think it is worthy of the bestseller car of the year for 2025. I didn't even know this until I actually researched it. But recently I have had the nice experience, the luck of being able to drive a rental vehicle from Hertz from San Francisco to Alberta, Canada and back. It took me about 2 weeks, but everything about this car is way more reliable, and better than the other two I've done recently. So recently I was in a Volvo, I think it was XC60. That one, so this is the inside of the car. That one was not very smooth. So the biggest thing about that car was that the Volvo was that it took a lot of gas, and every time I turned on a mountain road, there was a lot of rolling. It was a rolling effect. So it was very top heavy, not stable. This one is very stable. It's all-wheel drive, and it's super reliable. The only problem I've had in the last 2 weeks driving 5,000 miles or about 8,000 kilometers is that there was a maintenance button. So over here, the button here was flashing. Yeah, it was saying like maintenance required, but that was because maybe Hertz didn't do the servicing as regularly as they should have, maybe because I drove too much. But this car has everything that you need for a road trip. So I'm just going to talk to you about this car from the perspective of a person who's driven it as a rental for a road trip. And this was recommended actually by the Hertz rep. So I'm just going to bring you around. Don't look at me anyway. Just look at the side. It's a big one. And let me see if I can find the key. Yep, here I have the key. The back will comfortably sit 2 or 3 people. There's a cup holder. And the fuel tank is on the left. And when you open it up, there's space for 2 large suitcases and 2 small ones on top. So it's actually really big. I'm just going to take my suitcase out. Don't pardon me. Just hang on a sec. Okay. Oops, this one fall down. Okay. And here we have the same thing. It is a big vehicle. Bringing it around to the front, you can roughly see how big and tall it is here. Back to the dashboard. I haven't used all of these yet. I have to say the weak point is excuse me about this system is that the infotainment system is not very good. It does not connect to Android Auto easily, and it's still old school, but I prefer old school when things are more reliable. The Model Y was very fancy and tech forward, but in the end it couldn't hold charge. Oh, sorry, let me just turn this off. Crap. The Model Y was very fancy, it was very tech forward, very cool, but at the end of the day it couldn't hold its battery up well during highway speeds. Any speed above 65, actually the legal limit, 65 or 60 miles an hour, it causes the battery to lose charge really fast. It loses charge in cold conditions, and especially when it's going up slopes, it loses charge. So I ended up having to charge it every 1 to 2 hours. Whereas for this one, you can drive it as long as you want. Excuse me. And you will have no problem with it at all, because there's many gas stations all over. Well, this has been my quick impressions. It's not a review, it's my quick impressions of the car. Is it a good car for a road trip? Absolutely. Will I do it again? Of course. That's it for now. I'll see you in the next video. I just watched a previous clip I recorded. Sorry guys, I had a very bad throat. That was a month ago when I was driving the Toyota RAV4. I just showed you a quick the view of what the vehicle would look like, and I was driving so much actually I actually got this very bad cough, and that's why my throat was itching, and ended up sounding like that, but I'm totally fine right now. Just wanted to clarify what I meant by how reliable the RAV4 was. Is that 2 years ago I drove a Model Y, also a rental car from Hertz, from San Francisco International Airport to Yellowstone. So I went through here. I went through Boise, and then I went somewhere at the Bozeman, this area, and I came back. It was so hard, and I actually got sick doing it because of the charging issues. Yeah, the on a road trip, the charging is not fun, right? If I would like to say it. The Toyota RAV4 is so much easier. I mean, so much. Yeah, true. It's a gas car. It's a nice car, but until the electric range and reliability kind of catch up, I was constantly having this fear of my battery draining and not having any battery left. Even though there were superchargers along the way, but gas stations are just so much more ubiquitous, and one full tank, if they say it goes like 400 miles or 450 miles or 700 kilometers, it goes that distance. It doesn't go like 2/3 of the distance suddenly, or a bit more than half if you're driving at high speeds or something like that. So I would say that the RAV4 is a lot more fun for a road trip, and even though the entertainment system was not as it was not as fancy and all of that, it does the basics really well, and that is get you from point A to point B, and maybe a little bit further than that. Just to let you know how far I drove. Yeah, I drove from the airport, San Francisco airport, all the way up till Edmonton, and I was like going through California, Oregon, Idaho, Montana, and then into Canada, into Calgary, and into Red Deer and Edmonton, and then after that I didn't have any time, so I had to turn back, and I went through Jasper and Banff, and all the way down to British Columbia from Alberta and back. So it was an epic road trip. It took me about it says here 24 hours. Definitely took me a lot longer than that, because I was going through all these side roads, but yeah, that is what a road trip is supposed to be, right? So yeah, as a pure road trip car, the RAV4 was way better than the Model Y, in my experience. Obviously different people will have different experiences, but it was so reliable, and and good for me to use. So that's my second take on it. A month, even after a month, I would definitely pick it over any EV now, because it's just just the way that ICE works. I do hope that EVs become better in future, but as for me right now, for a road trip, I still prefer an ICE vehicle, just to be on the safe side. But for city driving, definitely, EV, Tesla, or any other EV, BYD, would be just as good. Okay, that's for it now, and I will be back. See you guys in the next one.